topic is Jennifer Love Hewitt. Well, I can't be calling everybody Jennifer. She got to be Jennifer. Jennifer is only for those who are of Latin descent. So yeah, that's Jennifer Lopez. She gets the special one. But let's talk about Miss Jennifer Love Hewitt, who recently addressed where what's going on with her as Julie James. It's kind of like I want to shout out her iconic line from the original one. It's like, I want to say, bitch, what are you waiting on? It's like, why are you not in this damn movie yet? So, it was already been reported that they are shooting. Sarah Michelle Gellar apparently spoiled it. I don't think we were even supposed to know they were filming the movie. They're out in Australia right now. So Sarah Michelle Gellar was out there visiting her husband on Thanksgiving. She actually explained it when she was on Kelly and that husband of hers. Sidebar, why is Kelly Ripa still on TV? Like, I don't get her. She's annoying. But and I used to like her when she was on All My Children. But after like Regis passed away, and then she went through all them damn male co-stars and stuff that she had up there, Miss Ryan Seacrest, who she kept trying to pull out the damn closet, and then she did that little messiness that she did over there with Michael Strahan. I ain't like that bony heifer ever since. So, but I wouldn't mind her husband sitting on my face though, because Mark Consuelos can get it, okay? So, I don't particularly like Kelly, but she was on there the other day, and she explained that she was excited to be out there. She took the kids out for Thanksgiving to see their father, who is in the movie, the reboot, requel, whatever the hell you want to call it. And she took a picture because she's good friends with the director, and she posted on her social media. And apparently everybody was like, wait, so does this mean that Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be back in the movie? First of all, her character died in the first one. And so she's like, because Kelly was like, "Oh, this is going to be like the soap operas. They're going to bring her back from the dead." She was like, "No, she's very dead." In so many words. So yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar is not coming back. However, her husband, her real life husband, Freddie Prinze Jr., his character Ray survived both movies, so now he is back. But everybody was wondering, okay, so now that they're shooting this movie, the hell is Jennifer Love Hewitt? What's going on with her? Because now she's promoting this new Christmas Hallmark movie. Because a lot of them, when y'all careers dry up a little bit, y'all go to the Hallmark channel, or you go to Lifetime, like Vivica, who, sidebar, I was watching a movie with her the other day. That was one of them Lifetime Christmas movies. I'm like, the hell happened to her? And she looked like she be eating the whole damn cornfield. But now, getting back to Jennifer Love Hewitt. So she's promoting this movie, and she's been promoting it all around. I saw that she went on Screaming for Hudson, who, sidebar, I don't know how she got a damn talk show, because she's insufferable. But if y'all like it, I love it. So she went on because she's promoting this movie, and her real life husband is actually in it. Um, and so she was talking about what the status is of I Know What You Did Last Summer, because we're like, girl, you should be on the set shooting this movie. And I know she is on 911. Apparently, they said she's going to be going on break or whatever the case is, but the Hollywood Reporter had the tea. So let's talk about it. So where she really started spilling tea was when she went on this podcast called I've Never Said This Before, which is hosted by Tommy Daddario. Now, this is the clip that I saw. So, she said that, and I said, while speaking with the host, she seemingly gave a hint about potentially reprising her role as Julie James for the upcoming sequel, which is directed by Jennifer Caden Robinson. She says, I am possibly preparing for that. This is what she confessed in a clip from the episode exclusively obtained by the Hollywood Reporter. Well, child, I was on my YouTube and I came across it. So I didn't even come across it from the Hollywood Reporter because I live on YouTube. It's funny how I pay for so many damn streaming services, but I watch YouTube more than so she said, I am so close to being able to say something that's exciting. Now, she later went into great detail about the idea of possibly returning to the franchise, which shot her to fame as a teen star after starring in the original 1997 film, saying it has only been scheduling and me trying to make sure that if I go back to the franchise, I just don't want to be the ghost of 90s past. I really want to do something, and I want to be there for Julie James fans. I just wanted to feel like, if she comes back, then it means something. So she also noted that she was incredibly honored to still be considered for the role, even 27 years after the original film came out. Now, Hewitt portrayed Julie in I Know What You Did Last Summer alongside Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., where Sarah does say that that's actually where she met her husband. Then, they went off and did Scooby-Doo and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it was, Sarah, Freddie Prinze, and Ryan Phillippe. She also reprised the role in the 1998 sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which, had Brandy was up in it, which she did kind of hint that Brandy might be making an appearance too. The way she was so much, she was like, "Have you heard the stories?" Because Tommy asked her, "Have you heard the stuff rumbling around about Brandy wanting to be back in the movie?" She said, "I've heard some things," and then she kind of gave this little look, like there might be something cooking with Brandy possibly returning. Now, in regards to this whole thing, in regards to Brandy, I really hope that y'all just don't shoehorn her in. Kind of like the same thing what we're saying about Jennifer Love Hewitt. Don't shoehorn her in. We'll just have her be like a bona fide cameo or something. I feel like we're kind of like in this nostalgia slash requel phase, which is like you want to bring in the older generation and the older fans who would be my generation where we grew up on this, because it's kind of like, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, all of us, I'm in the same age range as them. So this was kind of like my horror genre era come up, where it's just like, for the nostalgia, I definitely want to see her come back. I'm definitely curious to see where he what Freddie Prinze Jr. is gonna, what his character entails, the way he's been 20 plus, 27 years after the original. Or we could say 26, because if we're talking about like this is after, excuse me, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, because they shot that like a year after the success of the first one, which we can go into and talk about like how that script felt rushed and messy and all over the damn place. But besides the messiness and the unevenness and the ridiculousness, Will Ben's son, like that stupid twist at the end, I was like, really? This is how y'all came up with it? And then the Brazil capital was Rio, and all. I was like, okay, now y'all getting ridiculous. But we ain't paying attention to that. We were just so excited to see a sequel. I was happy to see my girl Brandy being up in there and surviving. I didn't care how bad the script was. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. But looking back on it now, I was like, you know what? I just take it for what it was. It was entertaining, and it is what it is. But I would love to see Brandy come back. And like I said, if Brandy does come back, I would like to see her kind of like a podcaster or someone who's maybe a reporter, a cop, something like that. Like they could make her a part of like give her like this, you know, investigator type of person. I don't know. They'll figure out what they need to do with her. But I just hope that it just means something. And then, when the era of icons, horror movie icons coming in, and you have like, for example, when they try to do with that Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie where they try to bring the original chick back, but she passed away, so they had to recast the role. The original chick from that survived, Leatherface, when they try to re-bring that character, I hated the way that they brought her in. They wasted her. So, but taking more of the Jamie Lee Curtis approach, the Sidney Prescott approach, and where they want to do that with you bring in the legend, the iconic character, or the legacy character, I guess is what the word we would use, legacy character, and then you have these new people come in. And so if you can't get Jennifer Love Hewitt to come back, and I was reading something, I was like, you know what, I kind of agree with them. I think it was on a Screen Rant, and they said that, you know what, if you can't get Jennifer Love Hewitt and work around her schedule, then maybe y'all can kind of take more of a approach where it's like Ray and Julie are estranged, or they're divorced, and she's kind of off living somewhere else. And then if there's a possibility of the sequel coming around, then you could bring her in for that. But I just hope that they find something to do with her character versus having her just in there for the sake of nostalgia. Because I don't like when y'all do that. I don't want y'all to be, oh look, it's Jennifer Love Hewitt, yay, and she just walking by to go get something, and she's just coming to sit down in a cafe somewhere drinking some coffee, and then that's it. So, what else? So yeah, that's so when they were saying like, the Daria also asked Hewitt if there were any talks of Brandy Norwood, and acclaimed the singer and actress who joined the cast in the 1998 sequel will be returning as well. She said, "I've heard that. Yes, I have." And then she responded before joking that she had to go back and rewatch the movies to remember who actually died. And she said, "My first thought was we have to have Jack Black," and then I was like, no, no, he died. Black, was, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer with them horrible ass locks that he had in his hair, and then he was like the pothead. And then that's when he got gutted by the hook killer, where it was like in the hand while he was sitting there smoking his weed. So, yeah, he got stabbed through the chest with a gardening tool. So, yeah, he ain't coming back. And then she also addressed that there were people that were running around saying that she and Geller had an onset feud during the filming of the movie. And I'm like, I never heard that. Who came up with that mess? And we didn't believe that. She was like, I was 18. They were not taking script notes from me. A lot of us were in that experience together, figuring all out and everything. I root for her and Freddie. I think it's the cutest thing in the world. They've been married for 100 years and have kids. It's like adorable. So really it's been really funny to see all that stuff. And here's the thing. I love, 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 love Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar's love. I just love that they're just like this cute little couple and they have their kids and they're living their best life and doing all these other things. And I will always stand for Sarah Michelle Gellar. She could do no wrong in my eyes because she is an icon. She is the moment, and she will always be my favorite Buffy. We only had two. And then the first one, Christy Swanson, became like this radicalized, crazy ass Trump supporter. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. um, But in regards to the whole situation, I'm excited to see if she's going to come back. Hopefully, they'll work it out. I have a strong feeling that we will see Sarah Michelle Gellar reprise her role as Julie James. Now, I don't know if they're going to be filming this completely in Australia, but I understand why they're shooting it over there. It's summertime in Australia right now versus the US where it's cold and wintry, and you don't want to shoot this movie in America in the fall/winter is coming. Not Game of Thrones winter, but winter is coming. And this is the best time, like, okay, we could shoot over there. First of all, I'm sure like Australia is a lot cheaper. And yeah, like I said before, it's summertime. And you can make it look like a small town, whatever type of area that they living in. So they can get away with however they're shooting the film. But I really hope that we get to see Jennifer Love Hewitt because she did change up her hair and she was asked based off the short hair that she had, is this a new look? She said, I get bored with my hair, but it's probably a look that she's going with in regards of for the movie. But hopefully, like I said before, they are beefing up her part and giving her some more to do. Because to be honest, in comparison to like Scream and all those other things, while we do love I Know What You Did Last Summer, I don't feel like I Know What You Did Last Summer is like up there in regards of like, oh my God, this is the most awesome. I was gonna say awesomest because I feel like just creating words today. The most awesomest slasher movie franchise. It has its flaws. It's not as flawless as the original Scream. There are parts of like when you watch the first one, it does drag a bit. Julie was annoying. I was kind of upset because I felt like Sarah Michelle Gellar was kind of eating up her part. Her part was way more interesting than Julie's part, in my opinion, in the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. So I was kind of annoyed that it was like y'all made Julie the final girl, but I really felt like Helen's character was way more interesting as a final girl. And so, but Jim Gillespie shot that movie, and you already know, like, well, maybe y'all don't know, but I do remember that Freddie Prinze Jr. had said that he didn't have the best time with him as a filmmaker on the set because he didn't want him in the movie, and so made his life a living hell on set. So he told that story. So hopefully, you know what, things are smooth sailing. But since the director of this movie is a friend of Sarah Michelle Gellar, I'm sure that Freddie did not have any issues on set shooting this movie. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with this film. I really hope that we finally get a worthy I Know What You Did Last Summer that's fully solid across the board, that's way more entertaining, and doesn't have any crazy flaws, because I know movies aren't perfect, but I just hope that it's just a flawless and worthy requel to the previous two movies. So I say this, what do you think of this story? Are you hoping and praying, or do you actually believe? Do you believe that Jennifer Love Hewitt is going to be returning as Julie James in I Know What You Did Last Summer prequel? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.